Welcome, everyone. I want to talk to you about something that's often misunderstood, but incredibly powerful: networking. As the saying goes, your network is your net worth. Think about that for a moment. The connections you build can open doors you never imagined. But here's the challenge. Have you ever avoided networking because it feels fake or forced? Maybe you've walked into a room full of strangers and thought, "This isn't me, I don't want to be someone I'm not." What if I told you that networking doesn't have to feel that way? What if it could actually become one of the most authentic, meaningful ways to connect with others while staying true to yourself? Today, we're going to break it all down. I'll show you practical, genuine ways to network like a pro without ever feeling fake or uncomfortable. Whether it's at a business event, through social media, or in everyday situations, these strategies will help you build lasting relationships that create value for both you and the people you connect with. This isn't about collecting business cards or making shallow connections. This is about learning how to make networking feel natural and effective. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have actionable tips you can use immediately to take your networking skills to the next level while staying authentic every step of the way. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. Why does networking sometimes feel fake? For many people, the idea of networking brings to mind awkward small talk, forced smiles, and surface-level conversations that don't feel genuine. One of the biggest misconceptions about networking is that it's all about transactions, getting something from the other person, like a job lead, a referral, or an opportunity. When networking is approached this way, it can feel superficial, like a means to an end, rather than a meaningful interaction. Another common myth is that you need to be outgoing or overly polished to be good at networking. But that's simply not true. Networking isn't about putting on a show. It's about connecting in a way that feels natural to you. So, let's reframe what networking really is. Networking isn't about taking. It's about building relationships. It's about creating value, offering support, and fostering connections that benefit both parties over time. Think of it this way. Networking is not a business card exchange. It's about genuinely understanding someone's story, their goals, and how you might help each other grow. It's about building trust, and trust is the foundation of every meaningful connection. Here's the key. Networking isn't about what someone can do for you. It's about creating mutual support and shared opportunities. It's about building a network of people who inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow, and for whom you do the same in return. Now that we've redefined networking, let's talk about how to approach it in a way that feels authentic. Networking doesn't have to feel fake or forced when you focus on building genuine relationships. Here are the key foundations of authentic networking. 1. Be curious, not self-centered. The first foundation is simple. Be curious. When you meet someone, shift your focus from yourself to them. Ask thoughtful questions about their work, their interests, or what excites them. People appreciate genuine interest. It makes them feel seen and valued. For example, instead of saying, "Here's what I do," you might ask, "What's the most exciting part of your work?" Or, "What inspired you to get into your field?" These kinds of questions create meaningful conversations and show that you're interested in more than just what they can do for you. 2. Quality over quantity. Networking isn't about meeting as many people as possible. It's about building meaningful connections. You don't need to work the entire room at an event or rack up thousands of online contacts. Focus on quality over quantity. Think about it this way. One meaningful conversation with the right person can be more impactful than 10 surface-level exchanges. Depth matters more than breadth when it comes to building trust and relationships. 3. Give before you ask. Here's a golden rule of networking. Always give before you ask. Networking feels fake when it's transactional, when the first thing someone hears is a request. Instead, think about how you can add value to the other person's life. It could be as simple as sharing a helpful resource, introducing them to someone in your network, or offering encouragement about a project they're working on. When you approach networking with a giving mindset, you build trust and goodwill, and people will naturally want to reciprocate. 4. Be yourself. Finally, the most important foundation, be yourself. Networking is about building trust, and trust starts with authenticity. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room or put on a persona. Just show up as you are, with genuine interest and a willingness to connect. Remember, people are drawn to honesty and sincerity. When you're authentic, you'll naturally attract the right connections, people who resonate with who you truly are. Now that you understand the foundations of authentic networking, let's talk about how to put it into practice. These strategies will help you connect with others in a way that feels natural, meaningful, and effective. No fake smiles or forced conversations required. Strategy 1. Approach networking as building friendships. Think of networking as making friends, not business transactions. When you shift your mindset from what can I get to how can I connect, the entire process becomes more relaxed and genuine. Start by finding common ground, whether it's shared interests, similar career paths, or mutual connections. This makes conversations flow naturally and builds a foundation of trust. Remember, networking isn't about impressing people, it's about connecting with them. Strategy 2. Follow up with intent. The real magic of networking happens after the first conversation. A follow-up is what turns a one-time interaction into a lasting connection. After meeting someone, send a quick follow-up message or email. Mention something specific you discussed to show you were paying attention and thank them for their time. For example, I really enjoyed our conversation about sustainable business practices. Your insights were inspiring. Thanks for sharing. This simple gesture can make a lasting impression. Strategy 3. Use shared spaces to network. Naturally. Networking doesn't always have to happen at formal events. Join communities, attend workshops, or participate in online groups where people share similar interests or goals. Shared spaces create natural opportunities for conversation, and the connections you make there often feel more organic. For example, if you're passionate about writing, join a local writers group or an online forum. If you're into tech, attend hackathons or webinars. When you're in a space where you already feel comfortable, networking becomes second nature. Strategy 4. Become a connector. One of the best ways to build trust and strengthen your network is to connect others. When you introduce people who might benefit from knowing each other, you become someone they value and appreciate. For example, if you meet two people at an event who work in related fields, introduce them. Hey, you both mentioned you're interested in AI. Have you met? Helping others connect adds value and positions you as a thoughtful and supportive person in your network. Strategy 5. Consistency is key. Networking isn't a one-time event, it's a habit. Show up consistently, whether it's attending events, staying active in online communities, or maintaining your current relationships. The more you show up, the more natural networking becomes. Consistency also means nurturing the connections you already have. Reach out occasionally to check in, share resources, or offer support. Relationships thrive with regular care, and your network will grow stronger over time. Even with the best strategies, networking can still feel challenging at times. Whether it's dealing with nerves, rejection, or fatigue, these obstacles are common, but they're also manageable. Let's talk about how to overcome them so you can network with confidence and ease. Challenge 1. Feeling intimidated or shy. It's normal to feel nervous when meeting new people, especially in professional settings. But here's the good news. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room to make a great impression. Start small. Focus on one-on-one conversations instead of trying to work the room. Prepare a few open-ended questions ahead of time, like, what inspired you to attend this event? Or what's been the highlight of your week? These questions take the pressure off you and invite the other person to share. And remember, confidence comes with practice. The more you put yourself out there, the easier it gets. Challenge 2. Dealing with rejection. Not every connection will lead to a meaningful relationship, and that's okay. Some people might not be interested in networking, or you might not click, and that's just part of the process. The key is not to take it personally. Networking is about finding the right fit, and rejection often means the connection wasn't meant to be. Focus on the positive interactions, and don't let a few setbacks discourage you. Every no brings you closer to the right yes. Challenge 3, networking fatigue. If you're feeling drained after multiple events or conversations, remember that networking is a marathon, not a sprint. It's okay to take breaks and recharge. Set realistic goals for yourself, like attending 1 event a month or reaching out to 3 new connections a week. Networking should enhance your life, not overwhelm it. Balance is key. Challenge 4, staying authentic in crowded spaces. In environments where everyone seems to be pitching themselves or handing out business cards, it's easy to feel like you need to do the same. But here's the thing: authenticity stands out. Stay true to yourself. Focus on meaningful conversations, and don't be afraid to share your unique perspective. When you approach networking with sincerity, people will remember you, not just your pitch. Challenge 5, not knowing how to follow up. Many people feel unsure about how to maintain a connection after the initial meeting. Here's the key: keep it simple. A short message thanking someone for their time and mentioning something specific from your conversation goes a long way. For example, I really enjoyed hearing about your project on sustainable design. It's inspiring to see the impact you're making. Let's stay in touch. This approach keeps the connection alive without feeling forced. Let's bring it all together. Networking doesn't have to feel fake, forced, or uncomfortable. When you approach it with authenticity, curiosity, and a willingness to give before you take, it becomes one of the most powerful tools for building lasting relationships. Here's what we've learned today. First, networking isn't about collecting business cards or making shallow connections. It's about creating value and building trust. Second, focus on being curious, genuine, and intentional in your conversations. Third, use strategies like following up, leveraging shared spaces, and becoming a connector to make networking feel natural and effective. And finally, don't let challenges like nerves, rejection, or fatigue hold you back. These are all part of the journey. Networking is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice. Every meaningful connection you make is an investment in your future, and it all starts with showing up as your true self. Remember this: your network is not just about who you know, it's about the quality of the relationships you build. It's about the people who inspire you, challenge you, and support you, and the impact you can have on their lives in return. Start small, stay consistent, and let your authenticity shine through. You have everything you need to network like a pro. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button and share it with someone who could use these tips. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more practical advice and insights. And here's a question for you. What's one networking strategy you're going to try this week? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and remember, every connection you make is a step toward building a stronger, more supportive network. Until next time, take care, stay authentic, and keep building meaningful relationships. I'll see you in the next video.